Hey guys, we're going to talk about the CRKT Obake. Obake? I don't know. Alright, this is a relatively inexpensive fixed blade knife. Very popular in certain circles and completely and totally unheard of in many others. And it's, not too shabby. It's inexpensive. It's like under 30 bucks. It's an okay steel. It's nothing fantastic. But the convenience of this thing is that it comes with a very decent small sheath that's very concealable, and this thing, is pretty decent in the hand. You can see here it's got that kind of fancy, nice little etched blade to it. Came sharp out of the box, nothing great, it was like barely hair shaving, so we touched that up. And you can see it's a cord wrapped handle, very thin, very small, very lightweight. So why is this thing so kind of unheard of yet crazy? Well, number one, it's not something you're gonna, like bring camping. It's not the best kind of camp knife. I mean, you could definitely do camp chores with it. You could definitely process food. You could definitely cut rope and maybe do some light wood carving and stuff like that with this, no problem. I wouldn't want to. This cord wrap handle is a little rough on the hands. You use that for an extended period, you're gonna feel it. But for EDC, it's really not too bad for doing those mundane kind of daily things. I've read quite a few things on forums and stuff of people who've used this knife, who work in factories and stuff, and use it to like open boxes and do things like that, because they can either put it on their neck or put it in their belt or their pocket or something like that, and can use this thing and access it pretty frequently. I think one of the things we have with fixed blades is we often kind of assume they're going to be belt mounted, and then neck knives tend to be pretty small, and they don't have full-size handles and can be a huge pain in the neck. Well, what you have here is kind of a small, lightweight, full-size knife that gives you a full grip, but it comes in a very small, discreet package. And what I've been doing is I've just literally been wrapping this around a belt loop and tucking this into my waistband. It actually works very well. I'm really kind of shocked that it stays put. The length of this is just right where it kind of bottoms out, so it's not going to slide into your pants. And even if it slides out of your pants, it's still going to be in the sheath. There's very good retention. The sheath is actually very good. It's very rare nowadays. One of the things I find, good sheaths are rare. I mean, you hear that, it's got a really good snap to it. It's absolutely never coming out of this because it has great retention. I mean, the retention is just dynamite. So the sheath is really good, small, you got lots of different hookup options and all that. But yeah, this thing really kind of does its job. I've kind of found I'm carrying this, and this is one of the least obtrusive knives that I've carried, at least inside the waistband. Most inside the waistband knives are terrible. They're not set up in a way that you can really carry them comfortably, and they're either kind of like too tall, too big, too bulky, whatever. This right here, I love it because when you wrap this around your belt loop, you can actually take this out of your belt. When you pull it out, the sheath, will remain attached. You pull it. We'll give you an example here. Say, pretend this is attached to my belt loop. It's in your pants. You pull it out. Boom, you got your knife, and then when you go to put it back, you're literally just gonna put the knife back, tuck it back into your pants, your belt loop. That works, guys. It really works. One of the things I always struggle with fixed blades is when you take them out, trying to, especially if you're carrying a knife at like 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock, trying to get that back into the sheath, worrying, especially when you have a really sharp knife. All it takes is the slightest little bit to cut yourself really bad with a sharp knife. And I keep my knife sharp, guys. I don't screw around. So oftentimes with fixed blade knives, if you take them out for a routine mundane task that you might have to do multiple times throughout the day, it becomes a huge pain in the neck to put them back into the sheath. And and then you're worried, like, oh my god, I hope I don't like slice open my side meat, kind of thing. This eliminates that problem by being able just to attach to your belt and stuff it in your waistband, and it carries very well. I had it in the entire day yesterday, and actually I went to go to the bathroom and I took down my pants and I forgot it was there, and it kind of like was dangling. I'm like, oh crap, it does. It really you know, for how light a weight this is and what it does. I mean, it really does the job. It's not, you know, a high-end steel. You know, it doesn't need to be, considering the use it's going to see. So, I mean, it really impressed me. For a $30 knife, it's so simple and it works. You know, you don't need, you know, and primarily I'm going to be using this as like a defensive knife, but also the occasional EDC chore. You know, this is perfect. You know, yeah, it's going to wear down. You know, the edge is going to wear down quick if you're cutting, you know, a couple 100 feet of cardboard, you know, but that's expected. But for carrying and as a defensive user, the grip on this stuff is just, you know, it's tough on your hands when you use it, you know, but as far as grip and keeping that in your hands, that has a fantastic grip. That is really, nobody's getting that out of my hands. I mean, that stuff is just rough, tough, a lot of friction there. So I think this is a decent knife, guys. And if you're looking for that kind of fixed blade EDC, inexpensive, useful, easy to carry under any circumstance, this is something to take a look at. It's really not terrible. I mean, it's not perfect, but it does a lot of things right.